Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the Becoming series, exploring the deep truths and the principles that will enable you become everything you were created to be. Right. So very quickly, we've been talking about the five questions of the human heart, right? The five essential questions that we almost ask and we almost answer correctly if we seek to be successful, right? And success is something that we all want and we all need. This is a deep need of the human heart, but we will not be truly successful if we're not really able to answer these five questions, right? We've treated two of them so far. Um, who am I, and where am I from? And it is time to treat the third. The third question, of course, is why am I here? But it was important for us to start by answering those two questions first, right? Who am I and where am I from? Why? Because it is a natural sequence. If you don't know who you are and you don't know where you're from, you will not know why you are here. Why you are here is the question of purpose. And purpose, of course, is the big question, right? It is the why question. Everybody's always asking the question of purpose in the things that they do. Why are we here? Why are we doing these things? Why was I born in this country? Why was I born at this time? Why wasn't I born 20 years ago? Right? Why? Well, all about why. It is the question of purpose, and it's the biggest question that really bugs us because we want to understand the context for our lives, right? But like I said, it was important for us to answer the first two questions because that naturally ties into this third one. So, to quickly recap, we said that who am I? For you to answer that question correctly, you must know yourself. You must know the thing that you are carrying because that is what the world is looking for. That thing that distinguishes you. That is the thing, your gift, right? That gives you value, right? That is who you are. We use the example of Michael Jackson, who understood from a very tender age that he was music. Why? Because music was his gift, right? The next question, where am I from? Where am I from is not the question of your ethnic heritage, right? I'm not, you're not from, we're not saying you're from Nigeria, you're from France, or you're from Germany. We're actually asking, what is your source? Where did you really come from? And we understood in that episode, hopefully, that our true source is not our country of origin, but the origin of our essence. And essentially, we are spirits. We are not this flesh. This flesh is just a package. We're actually spirit beings having a human or an earthly experience. So the right question, or the right way to look at that question, is to understand what is the source of our spirit, because our spirits are essentially who we are. And I said that if you believe in the theory of creation, you will get to understand that your spirit came from God, because God is the originator of everyone and everything. So that now leads to the next question. Because if you understand that God created the heavens and the earth and He's in charge of everything, and He was the one who started up everything, and He did it for a purpose, it therefore means that who you are, your gift, where you're from, Him, um, came about for a particular reason. And that is really the question of purpose. The question of purpose is the question of reason. What is the reason for this thing, right? And to define it, if you want to define it, purpose is really, like I said, is the why question. It answers the question of intention. What is the intent, or what is the original intent for a thing or for a person, right? Now, this is a phone, right? This phone is a product. The person who made this phone, the company or the manufacturer that made this phone, made it for a reason, right? He made it for a reason. He didn't just decide to sit in his factory one day and just, for the heck of it, just come up with something that looked like this and just send it out there. He made it for a reason. That reason is the purpose of this product. And if you don't understand the purpose for the product, you will abuse the product. Um, my mentor, or the man who I describe as my mentor, Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, awesome guy. he was called Mr. Purpose, right? And I got this quote from him. Where the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. When the purpose for a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. In other words, if you don't know what a thing is for, you will ultimately abuse it. And that's true. That's true. And that's true of everything, including yourself. If you don't know why you are here, you will end up misusing or abusing yourself and your gifts. You'll use your gifts and your abilities for the wrong thing. So it is essential to understand what your purpose is, because everything that you have been given in terms of your giftings, your talents, and your abilities and your natural skills is for a reason, is for a purpose, right? So let's look at an example. Uh, okay, we talked about Michael Jackson, right, at the other time. Um, what Who was Michael Jackson? He was music. In the context of this discussion, he was music. um I don't know what his relationship was with God, right? But I think in some way he sort of understood that his gifts came from a higher power, right? um Whether that higher power is really and truly uh who we assume to be God, right, is another question altogether. But he understood that he was given this gift for the purpose of creating music, right? And sharing that gift with the world. Now, if you had this gift, if you were Michael and you had this gift, and but you kept it to yourself, and maybe you just sang in your corner, or you sang in the corner of your house, or you sang in the shower, what are you doing? You are actually misusing or mistreating or abusing your gift, because you're using it for the wrong purpose. You're not using it for the correct purpose for which you were given. The purpose for your gift is actually to impact and to influence the world, because everything in the world is affected by the other thing. Did you get that? Everything in the world is affected by the other thing. There's a purpose for everything in the world. There's a purpose for everything in the world. Your body, right? The way your body is designed, there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose for the wax in your ear. There's a purpose for the hair in your nose. There's a purpose for the mosquito. There's a purpose for the fly. There's a purpose for each and everything. And if you don't understand that, you will abuse it. So, in answering this question for yourself, you need to understand, first of all, who you are. What is your gift? Next question, you understand where you are from. Now, the question of purpose is in determining from your gift, your natural skill sets, your abilities, the way you're wired, the way your body is made, right? All these things are signposts to the question of your true purpose. But here's the thing, to really understand the truth of your purpose, you must ask the person who created you. And that's just it. And this is where I think a lot of us miss it, because um, we recognize that we have a gift, but because we haven't asked the person who gave us that gift, we tend to use it not for the right purpose, or even if you use it for the seemingly right purpose, we're not using it to the full extent of its capacity. And I was using this example of this phone, right? I said that the person who created this phone, who manufactured this phone, made it for a purpose. So the right person to ask, if you wanted to understand the purpose for this phone, is to ask the manufacturer. The manufacturer, when he shipped you this phone, put in the box that this phone came with a manual. On that manual were the thoughts of the manufacturer. The manufacturer gave you everything that he had in his mind when he was creating this product, right? So you see a lot of things like, do not do this, do not do that, or do this and do that if you want to fully optimize this product. So in answering the question of purpose, what do you need to do? You need to ask the manufacturer, because it is only he that understands the full context of your gift. If you don't do that, there's every likelihood that you will not really live out your purpose the way you were meant to. Purpose is the original intention for why you were given the gift and why you are here. So for you to understand that, you must ask the manufacturer. I hope this blesses you. Peace.